All right, we are live. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome. Actually, for the first time, to the podcast Floofs and Waffles. As you can see, I'm Waffle. Hello, and this is the one and only Floof Snoof.
Yeah, hello everybody. Yeah, we're technically back, but also here for the first time. So
This is true, right? Yeah, technically back from yesterday, but here for the first time today, streaming our jolly podcast here. Today we're going to be going over a couple of things. A lot of it's just shooting the shit and catching up as we always do, but we're going to be trying to compile a couple of lists, a couple of interactive lists for the next couple weeks, so that we could have some stuff to kind of base off here. And actually, oh, whoops. Damn, dude. Okay, Spotify just keeps fucking out of
Spotify.
No, here, actually, I'm gonna see if I can.
How dare you!
Spotify playback pause while transmitting audio. Yeah, what voice settings? Okay, hold on. Let me try to figure this out real quick.
Unlink your Spotify account from Discord.
Can I do that? Let's see here.
Yeah, if it's in, you go to connections and then just delete it.
Connections. Where's that gonna be? Oh, I see. Yeah, get them out of here. Yeah, disconnect. There we go.
And now Spotify is free.
Spotify has been untethered. Anyways, so Floof, my guy, yes. My fox. Obviously, we had talked before this about what we want to do here. So I kind of want to start with movies or TV shows, right? We'll each throw in our suggestions for 4 of them, so we could compile a list of 6, right? So out of these 8, 2 are going to get chopped out. So the majority of what we will be suggesting will actually be thrown into the list, but there will be those 2 that are forsaken. Personally, I already have a couple of TV series and movies that I would want us to review. For me, 2 of them are like things that I know are like they're bad, like they are bad movies or they're bad TV. I just want a chance to fucking go back through and just sit there with my hand on my face, like, why am I doing this myself? But also at the same point, trying to find the bits and pieces of it that might be.
Well, don't worry, you won't be by yourself. I'll be suffering there with you if that's the case.
Exactly. So, first off, let's actually start with you. What suggestions would you want? Let's start with 2, right? So go ahead and think of 2 suggestions, maybe like a movie and a TV series, or 2 movies or 2 TV series. That's the beauty of this whole fucking thing. We're in charge of this boat.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So one thing, and this might be torture for me, but I'm gonna just off the top of my head say I can't remember who like directed the movie, but The Thing, like the one that was made in like
the old one. Oh yeah, my god. Okay. Let me write this down somewhere. I'm gonna get a sticky note up so we could take notes on this bad boy.
Because that's I was watching a video. It was like explaining like the process of infections or whatever that happened in it, and I was there, but I wasn't there, but I was there. I don't know. It was kind of a thing. I know the basic premise of it. Yeah. But like, I have not actually watched the movie all the way through because I don't watch a lot of horror movies.
Right, or even in a long time, right? Like I haven't actually seen that movie in a good minute. So for me, I feel like that'd be one of those that I'm going back to and maybe actually enjoying more than I remember, because I remember not like watching that movie and being like, what in the fuck is going on here? It's a classic, don't get me wrong, but it was one of those, it's like you know, the animatronics or whatever they're using back there just make you laugh more than get scared. But okay, so you got the one on your list, and that is,
and I don't know if you already have this one written down, but The Eternals.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, okay, I'm down. No, I did not get that.
Yay, I contributed something.
Yeah, well, because I was thinking things that were a little older, but like that's actually really good because we could keep up on current movies as well, and I want to see The Eternals so fucking bad, so it's like a win-win.
Yeah, we'll go on both see it, and then yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so I have 2 movie suggestions myself, and the first off, I gotta give it to Spirited Away. Okay, gotta give it to Spirited Away. I fucking love that movie. All right, and then the second one, I'm gonna fluctuate. Right, the second one was going to be the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, but I'm gonna switch it up. Oh, we got NPH in the chat. What's up, NPH? Welcome, my guy. But I'm gonna switch it from the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, right, to Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. All right, because that's supposed to be coming out on Disney Plus here on the 13th, so I think that would be perfect, right? That'd be absolutely perfect. So I'm gonna throw my one of my votes in for Shang-Chi. So now, Floof, what are your next two?
Movie suggestions?
Yeah.
Oh God. I don't know. I'm put kind of on the spot.
No, it's okay. How about this? I'll rifle through a couple of ideas, right? That are like not for sure. Just a couple of movies that I kind of had in mind.
Wait, sorry, I didn't have a lot of time to prepare this.
No, you're good. And on top of that, no matter what, two choices, one for each of us, will not make this list, right? Because we're only going to try to compile 6 together.
All right.
Over the next couple of weeks, and we'll probably do like 2 a week, right? Because we're going to be doing 2 podcasts a week, so we can knock them one out each podcast. And since some of these movies are not that super long, and we can just get that done. But so the next movie, I guess I would try to suggest is kind of a spoof movie in a sense. Like it's kind of something that...
Hold on, I just came up with one. I have not seen Dune yet. Like we talked about it last time, but like right. I've not seen Dune yet, and I want to see that.
See, the list you have right now is good. The Thing, The Eternals, Dune. For me, Spirited Away, Shang-Chi. Oh man. And what I was going to suggest is what is it called? Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that could work. I was also going to just suggest Kiki's Delivery Service because you brought up a Ghibli movie.
Okay. That's a good one.
But okay, if it's sort of like, I'm trying to stray away from things that we've both seen. Already.
But just because we've both seen it doesn't mean it won't make good for a good in review, right? Because we're not going to do like a traditional in review where we're sitting down here and we're going over the whole script. We're just going to dissect it on our own time, come back with notes, and compare during that stream, right? So we could get a good little conversation on that end. Also, I
apologize to everyone for the fact that Waffle will probably have to repeat over half of what he says to me because my attention is not super great.
You should be good. But one thing is, I think I could hear my own voice echoing in your mic. Could be wrong. Because I could hear myself.
I know why that is.
I'm whispering in my own ear. Hi, Waffle. How you doing? All right.
Hold on a sec.
No, you're good.
We got to move a couple things around, but yeah, just keep
Move it around. Okay, so my last suggestion, so you got 4 down. My last suggestion would be, so I got an animated series, I got a Marvel Cinematic series, I got something that's a little bit more of a classic, but like playful and charismatic in a way. And then let's see here. I kind of want to go for something that I haven't actually seen yet. Ooh, okay, how about this?
All right, no more echo.
How about this? We'll go with Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Because I haven't seen that yet, and I feel like by the time we get through our list, we could put that near the back end of it, and it'll be coming out on Disney Plus or wherever to be able to watch it there. But okay, or it might just get voted off. I mean, who fucking knows? All right, so far we have The Thing, The Eternals, Dune, Kiki's Delivery Service, Spirited Away, Shang-Chi, Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Okay, out of those, right off the bat, hold on, movie list for in review. Kabam! Out of those, which one do you? Okay, let's start with The Thing. All right, let's do a little two-prong vote here. Personally, I'm gonna vote no on The Thing. Where do you stand?
It was the first thing that came to my head. I don't really want to watch The Thing.
Okay, we got 2 no's.
I might.
The Thing is wiped out.
Just for my own morbid curiosity, but like as an interview, probably not. I'll do that on my own time.
Hey, there you go. Okay, so The Eternals, I'm gonna say yes right off the bat.
I kind of do want to watch that. Yeah.
So double yes on The Eternals. Dune, I'm gonna say yes right off the bat on that too.
Yeah, 100%.
Like that looks so Dune. Good. Kiki's Delivery Service, I'm gonna say yes. Because I actually really enjoy that movie. Yeah, I watched it.
All right, then yeah, for fucking sure. I was gonna say, depending upon your vote, that was where I was gonna base mine. Because
I watched that earlier this year, but it's so good, and I have the DVD too, so I could pop that in. It's super fucking easy for me. Spirited Away, you go ahead and get your vote in first because this is on my list.
I love Spirited Away.
It's a good one. It's Alice in Wonderland gone Miyazaki. You got the crazy fucking shit going on. You got the dragon who thinks they're or the river thinks they're a dragon.
Like, quickly, like spit off the other ones that you had thought about, because.
So I got 4. I got Spirited Away, Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Venom: Let There Be Carnage.
Okay, yeah, 100% for Spirited Away.
Okay, sounds good. Hold on, let me just. Bam. All right, so I'm gonna say yes for Spirited Away as well, because I mean I'm a fucking sucker for Miyazaki, so that's gonna be yes. How about Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings? Yeah, hey, I'm down with that. I'm fucking down.
Not super keen on Shang-Chi. I don't know why. I'm just didn't interest in me.
Okay, so we got a no for Floof. I'm gonna say a yes for me, so that'll be a split one. How about Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I think it's about time.
Yeah, it's so good. Seen it yet. Okay, yeah, excellent. Venom: Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on this one either.
No, yeah, it's one of those, man. It's one of those. Okay, so right now I'm gonna vote yes on Let There Be Carnage personally because it'll split the vote. All right, and I want to make it a little juicy. I want to keep a little flame under our Bunsen burner, and that would be now we have a tie between Shang-Chi and Venom. Which one do we not want to watch more, Shang-Chi or Venom: Let There Be Carnage?
Personally, I don't think I want to watch Venom.
Yeah. Did you watch the first one?
No.
It didn't interest me. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, it was really, really bad. So out of the 2, that's honestly what I would go towards 2 of axing off the list, because like Shang-Chi at least looks like it has some kind of involvement based off of going from the Iron Man 3 story, moving on. But with
it's part of the like greater thing, so we'll have Eternals and Shang-Chi.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Oh, I forgot a movie. Speaking of Marvel, like the new Spider-Man movie that's coming out.
Oh, but it's okay because this is our in review up until around when that movie comes out. So we could add that to another list later on, right?
Sounds good.
Because we'll be doing these in batches. So far our in review list as follows goes: The Eternals, right? Dune, Kiki's Delivery Service, Spirited Away, Shang-Chi, Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Venom. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Hit the rocks, Venom. Hit the
Adios.
Kick rocks, Venom.
Adios.
I see Jojo in the chat says, I love Venom. I apologize. I apologize, Jojo, for 2 things, right? 1, because I will be tearing on Venom a lot. That movie was so bad on so many levels. And then 2, because I'm just gonna be tearing on it. I'm gonna apologize twice for myself in that case. You know, everyone has their opinions, but I still hate, and that's fine. I like it. I like that. I like that spontaneity, that spunk. I don't know if spontaneity is the right word, but spunk is. So, all right, now we have our list of 6 for our in review. Let's batch these off. Let's go with So what are the two that we want to do first? We'll go the Eternals right off the bat, because I feel like that's a really good one to kick off. And then how about we pair that with Shang-Chi?
Yeah, let's get the Marvels out of the way then.
Like a Marvel week.
Okay, you know what? Actually, yeah, we'll just pair those two together, and then we'll do the two Ghibli movies together too.
That's exactly
we'll be in the same mood.
That's exactly right.
What was the other two movies we had?
And then the last two will be Dune and Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Variants, but yeah, we'll just save those to the end.
That's exactly right. And I feel like that'll be kind of nice because we'll go from Dune, which is
super serious,
to
and
Rocky
like
Horror Picture Show, which is kind of goofy and a little bit more flamboyant. So let's see here. Dune week 3 and Rocky Horror Picture Show week 3. All right, cool. Got that list ironed out. So now on to the next segment of what we want to kind of get knocked out as far as content, and that would be video games. Like there are tons of video games coming out here soon over the next couple months, but this next month and specifically there are shit tons of indie games and mainstream games dropping. But we also don't have to go based off of new games. We can go off of games we haven't played before, or even games we want to replay, right? But either way, I want us each to suggest 3 games that we want to play, because then we will compile out of those 3. We could either go 3 or 4, right? Because like I don't mind if 2 of mine get knocked off the list. If anything, we should probably just go 3, because we'll do 1 a week, right? That we can kind of go through. So video game.
God, I'm gonna be really fucking busy.
Luckily, some of these things that we could, like for me, I'm gonna get done like when I get home after work, right? So like I'll get home after work tomorrow, and I'll be watching the Eternals, and then I'll probably double up and watch Shang-Chi as well right after that, and so I could just get my shit all lined up and ready to go. But okay, so let me set this up like I did the last one. There we go. Cool. All right, so 3 video games. Go ahead and how about this? We'll go back and forth, 1 and 1. So you go ahead and start, and let me know what is 1 video game right off the top of your head that you would want to review.
I'm gonna try and get a couple hours into Breath of the Wild, because I've never played it before.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I was scolded last time for not playing it.
It's just so shocking. It's so shocking that you have not played Breath of the Wild before.
The funny thing is I wanted to play it when it was like being announced and like teased and whatnot, and I just never got it.
I mean, it's I can kind of see how that is. Like with me, one of the games that kind of shock people and throw them back is Super Mario Odyssey. I have never played Super Mario Odyssey.
Neither have I. And
everyone's always like, you need to fucking play it. It's the best Mario. And I'm like, I mean, I'm down. It's just like, the thing is not only I'm actually not a gigantic Mario fan, right? Like I've never really been a huge Mario fan. Like I like Mario Kart. I've liked some of those Super Mario Bros in the past. I enjoy Sunshine, not so much anymore because it's just fucking pisses me off at some points, but I really love Galaxy. You know, so and so everyone was like, oh, you know, try Odyssey out. It would definitely, you know, kind of fit the bill. But I don't know. But personally, okay, so Breath of the Wild is a good one because I already have it. And on top of that shit goes on sale all the fucking time if you do not. But I'm going to throw my first game in the ring. And I want to kind of play and review a game called Gone Home. I don't know if you've ever played it before.
I have entirely through.
That game is really, really fucking good. I've only played it about halfway through one time in the past, and I'd really like to play through it and kind of give it its time to shine. But not only because I, you know, already kind of own the game right off the bat, but because you know, it's one of those indies that I always hear people ranting and raving about when they talk about games that are really good as far as not like, I guess kind of like walking sim is the best way to call it, or to label it at that point as in genre of game.
Basically a visual novel, but like 3D.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so go ahead, throw another game out there, Floof.
Luigi's Mansion 3, because I have it and I've never played it.
That's a fucking good one, dude. That's a good one. I haven't never played that one either, so I'm actually really stoked to hop into that one. Okay, so we got Breath of the Wild, Luigi's Mansion 3, Gone Home, I'm going to go with, let's see here, a game that I haven't played that I want to, that I have. Oh, here we go. It's called Blue Fire.
Not Blue Flame.
Not Blue Flame. Not Blue Flame. Do not get it fucking mistaken with Blue Flame. God, that game. It's a 3D platformer that came out earlier this year. It's an indie game. It looks really, really good. The aesthetic of it is kind of like this. It's almost like, have you ever played Sinner Sacrifice?
No.
But if you added more of like a 3D platforming function into it, it looks pretty good. So I hope it gets a good one. And who knows, it might get voted off. You know what I'm saying? Only 3 of these will be remaining in the Thunderdome. So with that in mind, go ahead and fire off another suggestion there.
Chivalry 2. I saw Indiana Crones playing this, and I've played Shiv 1, but I have not played Chivalry 2, and I want to play it.
Chivalry 2. You know, I've been hearing a ton of good things about that over the last couple months. I feel like that game had this kind of hype cycle that went on where it was new and like a shit ton of people were playing it, and then like now people kind of slowly faded off. But that's been like a few games this last year. I swear to fucking God. Like, gaming industry has been taking kind of a beating on some ends, but then on the others, just been knocking out the park. Okay.
Well, I mean, considering the year that we've had in the past, like, it's not been super hopeful.
Yeah.
Actually, for the matter of fact, last 2 years have been really shitty for the gaming industry, not gonna lie.
That's true. Especially when it comes to the Switch, too. It's been bittersweet, right? I know that Nintendo has been like, you know, knocking out of the park as far as like some sales go, but they've also been kind of back on production because they don't have the right parts to be able to, you know, produce their Switch systems. So it's been kind of like that bittersweet, you know, fucked up back and forth. I'm going to throw the last game suggestion out as Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. Diamond and Pearl remakes. Just because, I mean, pretty obvious reasons. They're going to be one of the new games coming out here soon. I'm a huge Pokemon fan, and I have a feeling these are already going to be kind of like knock out the park success, but it would be real nice to be able to talk about it and get it a little bit more of an examination process. But yeah, so let's go ahead and go through and vote for these fucking things and see what the dealio is. All right, so right off the bat, Breath of the Wild. Where do you? I'm gonna vote yes on Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote on that one as well.
Okay, so we got Breath of the Wild down as the first game that we're gonna play. And we'll go over to Gone Home. What do you think about Gone Home?
I'm going to go and say no because I've already played it.
Okay.
But leaving it in your court.
To be honest, so I would like to play it again, but compared to something like a Luigi's Mansion, compared to something like even like a Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, I'm going to actually cast my vote no against it as well. So we will mark that one off. Boom, put a little X next to it. All right, next one would be Luigi's Mansion
100%
3.
yes.
Okay, you're gonna vote yes on that. I'm gonna keep it a little spicy here and go no. Mm-hmm. So just so we could come back and re-vote on that bad boy. But in all, I would love to play that game. It's just one of those things. It's like I don't personally own it currently, so I don't know if I'll be able to get it right off the bat. But it would still be nice to play it. Chivalry 2 was your last suggestion, but we're going to bounce over to Blue Fire. What do you think about Blue Fire?
Why are we skipping Shiv?
What happened?
Why are we skipping Shiv?
Oh, no, we're bouncing back and forth on the list.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. I was like...
No.
I got confused. I'm like, huh?
Yeah. No.
All right, Blue Fire. What kind of game is it again?
Blue Fire is a 3D platformer in which you know it's like a 3D platform, almost dungeon crawler, but it's linear, so it's not like an open world experience. It's more of like something along the lines of fucking a Hat in Time or like Mario or something like that, right? Where you're going through and you're kind of solving puzzles to get to the next stage and get to the next one and so on and so forth. But you're like this little guy with a sword and you unlock these abilities as you go. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good.
All right. Yeah, I'm looking at it on Steam right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a little bit spicy and say no.
He broke out the hot sauce and got spicy with it. All right, he went no. I am going to put my vote towards yes on that one so we can come back to that. Chivalry 2 is the next one.
I'm gonna say like a trepid yes.
Okay, there you go. Yes, I am going to say to be honest, I'm probably going to throw my hat in the ring for yes as well, because I would like to check that out. So that's the second game that we have lined up. So right now, the two games that we have that we're going to go for is Breath of the Wild and Chivalry 2. We got Gone Home got knocked off the list. Luigi's Mansion's teetering on the edge of a knife, same as Blue Fire. The last one we have to vote for is Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Remake.
I don't really have the means for it, and yeah, I'm gonna also vote no on this. I know that that's a sin, but
I'm gonna vote yes, because I'm gonna get this fucking thing already, and I'm gonna see if like I'm gonna play it regardless, but it would be nice to talk about. Okay, so now that we have 1 and 2 lined up, we've got to knock out one of these 3 that we have teetering on the edge of a knife, right? So Luigi's Mansion, Blue Fire, and Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. Which one of those 3 do you want to play the least? There we go.
Probably Blue Fire.
Yeah, so Blue Fire gets knocked out. Boom.
There's nothing against the game. I just don't I don't care. So.
No, yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good. So for me, between Luigi's Mansion and Diamond and Pearl, obviously I'm a little bit more biased here, and I'm going to lean more towards Pokemon. But yeah, I'm gonna lean more towards Pokemon. That's just me.
Yeah, that sucks. I don't because I'm leaning the other way, so I don't know how we resolve that.
Well, let's see here. Oh god, I wish I had some kind of randomizer wheel that I could fucking pop up and be like, break out the wheel, Johnny, and just fucking spin that thing real quick. How about this?
We can do that next time. Just all of the choices are random.
No. I was gonna say, how about this? So since we can't come in an impasse for either, we'll knock both of them out. Meaning we have suggestions for week 1 and 2, which is Breath of the Wild and Chivalry. Let's both throw another suggestion in the hat and see which one we kind of lean more towards.
We could ask chat.
Yeah, chat. For
Since
whomever.
we've come to an impasse.
Yes.
What are some of the games that you're interested in? Let us know.
That's exactly right.
We'll try and see if it works. But
I'm currently actually not even really aware as to how many people are in chat either. So hopefully we could get someone to answer here. but yeah, if not, let's throw a couple more suggestions into the ring here.
Yeah.
Personally, I would probably want to play or review. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go with reviewing Metroid Dread. I've actually played that game already, and it's one of those things that I could just kind of like, I have a bunch of information on as is. So that's gonna be my vote. What about you? What would be yours?
Let me think.
Take your time.
So, there's I mean, right now I'm just looking at my wish list. Possibly Katana Zero.
Oh, that's a fucking good one. That's a good one.
Hold on a sec. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, that's a good one. What's poppin', sir? What is going on, Booty Blast? How you doing? Welcome back. I appreciate you coming through here. If for all of you who do not know, for all of you who are just showing up, we are going to be starting every Tuesday and Sunday doing a podcast here on Twitch between myself and Floof, the one and only Floof Snoop, who is he is disconnected. He's got his technical difficulties. He's doing his thing. And yeah, it looks like he'll be right back. But while he was doing that, how's everybody doing? How are you all enjoying your Tuesday evening? And I appreciate everybody coming through here. I don't know who's all here and hanging out, but I made some Thai food soup.
I am so sorry. Just absolutely immensely sorry for what the fuck just happened.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It happens. It smells like feet, but tastes like heaven. Hey, that sounds pretty damn good. What's in your Thai seafood soup there, Booty Blast? And while you answer that, what were you going to suggest again? You were saying something on your wish list, right?
Yeah, I wanted to say Katana Zero.
Oh, okay, yeah. Actually, we'll probably just go with that one because I have that as well, and I've played it, and it's fucking really good. So we will make that. I
have not played Katana Zero, and I really do want to play it. So
we'll make that our week 3. So what we are going to do here is put little bullet points next to the ones we're gonna fucking do, and oh shit, here we go. There we go. All right, so it goes as follows. Week 1, we will be reviewing Breath of the Wild. Week 2 will be Chivalry 2. There we go. Gotta add the 2 to that one. In week 3, we'll be doing Katana Zero, which I'm fucking down for. That has a nice little blend of third party, first party, and and indie splashed in there. Oh man, coffee is kicking me right in the stomach. It's got ginger, lemongrass, squid, crab legs. Oh my god, that sounds so good. It sounds so good. It sounds delicious. See, last time I had seafood was a while ago. The area I'm in is like it's outside of a couple hours of the actual ocean, right? So I just don't trust it, you know? I don't know about you, Floof, but if I'm not within like a certain range of the ocean, it's like seafood kind of gets less and less on the table, right? Like, at least for me, I'll go maybe for like calamari or something like that.
I live in the desert. It doesn't matter to me.
You're like, if I can find it, I'm going to fucking eat it.
Yeah, I don't really have a preference going that way.
See, I do. I'm a little picky. It has more. Do you live near Koreatown in Cali? Koreatown? I can't say I recognize that one there. Their Booty Blast, not gonna lie. But oh man. But the next thing that I kind of wanted to chat about was a couple of things I actually read about today. Which one being that I guess supposedly the Nintendo Switch or Nintendo is going to be putting out yet another Switch. And I kind of wanted to talk to you, Floof, about this specifically on the stream because the fact that I'm kind of controversially torn on this, right? And I kind of want to see what your ideas were. So what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this? They haven't announced exactly what the Switch is going to be.
Okay, so it's not the OLED.
No, the OLED's already released. The OLED's already released, but hold on. But it's supposed to be like a pro model essentially, but they haven't really said a whole lot on it, right? Like, so it's one of those things I kind of want to pick your brain about, right? Somebody who's you enjoy Nintendo product, but you're kind of like me when it comes to like, you don't just drink from the Kool-Aid and you're like, oh, they're just great and whatever, you know. It's like they're obviously have their caveats as Nintendo. They're this huge corporation who doesn't really listen to their customers at some points, kind of do things like well, I mean, see, exactly, especially when it comes to things like online or and they're a little bit tone deaf when it comes to
emulators.
Yes, exactly. So how do you feel about a brand new Switch coming out? Do you think it's needed? Do you think it's a cash grab?
I mean, I don't really see, unless it's like a massive jump in quality, I don't really see the need for one. I mean, if it's just like, oh, it's HD or something dumb like that, I think it's a waste of time.
Yeah, I kind of agree. If they're just
like, if it's not, if it is not revolutionizing what the Switch is, then I don't really care.
Because I feel like for me, so I have a couple of bullet points when it comes to this thing, right? And the first and foremost is, it feels like they're releasing a Switch every year, right? Like a cell phone almost. Like we had the Switch Lite come out like just about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. In between there was a bunch of different Switch models that came out. Before the Switch Lite, there was the low-key Switch revision that a lot of people did. It kind of flew by the wayside. It wasn't. They essentially took the base model Switch and they upgraded like the internal battery. They upgraded the graphics a little bit, just a tiny bit, not a whole lot, and processing power as well by switching around some of the boards that they were using at the time. And just kind of sold it in a different box, but still named it a Nintendo Switch. And for me, I currently have like the base model, the one right before that revision. I have like the Animal Crossing Switch, which is technically one of those after the revision, a Switch Lite, and an OLED. And I'll tell you, from the base model to the OLED is massive, but everything in between doesn't really have like that oomph, right? Doesn't really have that like that emphasis or that real need to own it, right? Like, I mean, you're like, the Switch Lite's nice as far as like a commodity goes. Like there'll be some points in time where I'm playing my OLED and I'm like, oh, I kind of want to play like this indie game, and I'll switch over to my Switch Lite because, you know, I'm just fucking spoiled in that way. and I put all my indie games on my Switch Lite and not have them on the OLED, so I have that opportunity to kind of jump between the two. But if I was like a consumer who just wanted just one console, which is most consumers, right? They just want one console. They want one way to play. They're not collecting all the fucking Switch consoles. I would see this as kind of like a slap to the face. Like, what the fuck? Why are you guys releasing all these different consoles, and then you're gonna go and release a fucking Pro console somewhere in the next couple of years? Why wouldn't you just wait, right? Like, wait on the Switch Lite, wait on all that shit, you know.
I mean, I know why.
Yes, me too. But
it's not comfortable, but I know why.
It's all money. It's all money in the end. I get that for sure. Thank you, Quizimoto, for the subscription. I appreciate that. But the thing, oh yeah, I forgot that I don't have my sound stuff set up. Actually, I think I did that on purpose because I don't really want it to like jump around and fucking kind of startle the vibe of the stream. But I appreciate you, Quizimoto. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming through, buddy.
You gotta do it old school Twitch style.
That's exactly right. But so will I get the next Switch model? Yes, probably. Will I not? Will I sit there and still talk shit about why they're releasing this? If it's not a serious upgrade in actual processing power, like that's the big one I want. I want to be able to play a Switch that has the look of the OLED in handheld, right? Because like, I don't know if you've seen an OLED in person in handheld, but like, it is magnificent. It's not, in my opinion, like I wouldn't go and suggest like, oh, if you have a Switch right now, you need to go buy an OLED. No, if anything, I would probably say like grab a couple old games, right? Grab your Switch, go and trade it in, see if you can get an OLED that way. If you can't, skip it, right? Because it's just honestly like it's a quality of life adjustment. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's
not really a huge jump in hardware.
No, it's not. It's just, it's in it. And honestly, I find myself playing it more in handheld mode rather than dock mode. And in the dock is also one of the upgrades. They added the fucking, the Ethernet port, right on the back. So if you can see here, there's an actual Ethernet cord port right there.
It's gonna fix Nintendo's shitty internet problem.
But that's exactly right. And it's like, for me, I kind of wanted it to be, like by the time they release another Switch model, that they'll be working more on their actual service, right? Because like right now, as somebody who's been playing the Switch since its conception, internet was free. Like we were able to go online for free, and then they started making us pay $20 a year, and it seemingly got like worse and worse and worse.
You can thank Xbox for that.
Yeah, for reals, for fucking reals. With their Game Pass, yeah, Xbox came through.
It's a little bit of history on this because I did get in an argument with someone once. So when the PS4 first came out, I was excited for it, and was talking to somebody about it, and they said, "Oh, just so you know, they're like, yeah, I just gotta make sure that you have enough money to pay for online or something." And I'm like, it doesn't. It's not gonna be paid. Like, you don't have to pay money for online, because I had a PS3 and they didn't back in that time.
Totally remember that.
And
totally remember that.
And so I was under the impression that they were just going to do that again. And then they're like, nope, it's just like that. Or some, I think they maybe made a comparison to the Xbox or something, but I contested them on this. I'm like, no, you're not going to have to pay for online. That's not how Sony is. And then I got the PS4, saw that it's exactly how it was.
Yep.
And then a little while later, Nintendo follows suit, and I'm like, yep, that was
and actually, it's funny that you say that too, because I remember making the switch from the 360 to the PS4 because I was sick and tired of, if you remember back in, like, I want to say 2015, 2014, like all fucking year long, Xbox Live, Microsoft was getting hacked. Mm-hmm. And the servers would just shut down completely, right? Like entirely. So you wouldn't be able to play all day, all week. At one point, I couldn't go on my Xbox for like a month, and my Xbox was like my streaming box. It was my gaming system. It was everything. So like, not being able to like pretty much use it for all the things I was paying for it, I was like, fuck this, and traded in an old fucking bong and a couple other things to a buddy of mine.
There's a video of Snoop Dogg that, if you haven't seen yet, is fucking legendary, where he's like, I don't know who's it, Bill Gates or Xbox, but y'all gotta fix your shit. People out here trying to play video games.
No shit.
And it is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
No, I have not.
Whenever Xbox has an issue now, people just spam that video in the comment section.
Oh my god!
On Twitter, it's so funny.
But see, with Xbox nowadays, it's less of their issue being about their service, right? Like I feel like Microsoft and Xbox has so much potential with Game Pass. They made a lot of good moves over the last couple years with buying.
Honestly, Microsoft is like probably the one in my most graces right now, which is saying a lot.
Yes and no. So for me, Microsoft is almost like that ex that you had like a really bad separation with, and then like years go by and you guys kind of see each other again, and you're like, damn, you're looking good, girl, and she's like, damn, you're looking good, boy, and you guys kind of like drift back together, but you don't talk, right? Like you like see each other from across the room. At least that's how it is with me, because like now when I see like an Xbox or I see some of the deals coming out like with Game Pass or whatever, I'm like, I might be down with that, right? But initially I'm on the Sony train now. I'm with, I'm over here like cuddling up on Sony, looking over at Xbox across the room, being like, I can't, I'm sorry. And that's just me, because like I'm not trying to pay for all these fucking services and in the end only play a couple games here and there. That's just I can't justify that to myself, right? And and with Sony, at least they give you your bang for your buck no matter what. Because
that's fair.
You'll be getting you could watch TV on their console. There's a bunch of free games to play. There's all kinds of shit that comes with PlayStation Plus, on top of also getting up to like 3 decent games a month. It fluctuates. Some months you'll get these fucking bangers coming out, and then other months you'll get these like Soccer Simulator 8 or some shit, and you're like, I'm never gonna fucking play this. Like, I'm sorry, like, it's just not for me. Somebody might be out there playing it, but it's just not for me. And like this month, they actually have a couple good games. They have like Kingdom of Amalur 2, I think, and then they have Knockout City as 2 of the games that are like right there on the sweet spot as far as a good game to give away. Because together, those combined to almost $70 worth of video games that you're getting with your subscription. But I really wish that, you know what I'm saying? I really wish that
no, it's just something else. It's particularly with Nintendo and $70.
Please, by all means, speak your mind on this.
So Nintendo made the brilliant move of making Nintendo 64 and Genesis games worth $70 fucking.
Dude, don't even get me. That's actually what I was. You're reading my mind, Floof, because that's what I was about to roll into.
We on the same wavelength, because dude, that shit's fucking garbage.
Okay, so like I was like, if for all of you who were here for my my Twitch react on that Nintendo Direct, and for those who you know saw my Twitter that day, whatever it might be, you all know how hyped I was. You know how hyped I was, Floofs. Like I was fucking hyped to see the N64 on there, but then they hid the whole fucking pricing for it.
Oh, they did. They kept it under lock and key.
And then they're trying to loop it in with like the new DLC for Animal Crossing and Floof. I have this gut feeling that it's not going to stop there. They're going to kind of try to keep sweetening the pot to try to get $60 a year off people, $70 a year off people, because I feel like Pokemon Arceus is going to have a DLC, or Pokemon Shining Pearl is going to have a DLC, or what, Breath of the Wild 2, whatever it might be, and they're going to try to link it to the online service, just like they did with Animal Crossing. And that's just going to shit on the whole thing, right? Like, as of right now, even, two things are the reasons why I just don't want to get this like online, like boosted online service, this premium online service. The first and foremost is I hear the ports of the actual N64 ROMs are just bad. Like flat out, I hear they're like really, really like PAL ROMs almost. Like they're bad.
So they're like, from what I've seen and what I've heard and what I've read, they are garbage ports. Like, it's so funny when you have people out there who defend Nintendo's decisions and whatever, and specifically there's a person I watch on YouTube called Mudahar, and he was talking about it and how he was disappointed because he was saying, don't pirate Metroid Dread, guys, seriously, it's just like, this is a new game and whatnot, so give the makers their due. And then they turn around to do this, and he's like, "Bitch, you had me out here defending you."
Yeah, literally.
And then you pull this kind of shit, like.
Yep. No, trust me. And I was on that same boat where I was like, no, Metroid Dread's worth the 60, you know, like just like a lot of people put a lot of hard work into it. I played through the game, and like just being honest here, it's worth $40 at most. Like if you're going to make, it doesn't matter if you have a AAA title attached to it, like a Mario or an Animal Crossing or Zelda or whatever it might be.
There's not many like AAA games I think deserve a $60 price tag these days.
For me, there's two games in recent memory that don't deserve a $60 price tag, and one of them is Metroid Dread. The other one is the one on this poster right here, Link's Awakening. That game was beautiful, don't get me wrong. It was a fun game, but you could beat the entire game with under 13 hours. So why are we paying $60 for this experience? You could go out and pay $60 or less than $60 for Horizon Zero Dawn, for God of War. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, those are on the PlayStation platform, so it's like comparing apples to oranges. But when you're using your money as a consumer for your time, that's what you're kind of thinking of, is like, how much time am I going to get out of this? Or even comparing to like a Nintendo based platform game. There are two games that come out of my dome right off the bat that are now actually on sale, I'm pretty sure, that have a lot of gameplay to them that are really good and kind of hidden gems, which would be Astral Chain and Daemon X Machina. Those games are fucking fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're really fucking good, and you can get a very, very long, satisfying experience off of them. Wish I could have hit my giggity button at this moment. You know what I'm saying? But you still, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you get your bang for your buck, right? Like, you're not sitting there afterwards being like, why the fuck did I spend all this money on this? Like, this is insane. Like, that's kind of how I felt when I beat Metroid Dread. I'm like, man, I spent $60 on this game. Like, like what the fuck? And then right around that time too, there was like a huge sale on the A shop, and there were like 5 or 6 different indie games that I wanted to get, and I could have gotten all of those for under $60. I'm like, shit.
That is what I started to notice. Is I swear to God, every year indie games get better and better and better and more worth your fucking time than what big studios put out, and that's
true.
Like, that's my own personal truth that I hold.
Absolutely,
I swear to God,
true.
I am very rarely like completely disappointed with an indie game. But with a AAA game, like, there have been times where I'm just like, dude, what happened?
No, okay, so with an indie game, I feel like, okay, so if an indie game turns out to have bad bits to it, like glitchiness here and there, maybe like an asset that's being reused, whatever, it's a little bit more forgiving because the price tag is less. You know, it's made by like some independent developers. There's like a crew, right? Like maybe anywhere between 3 and like 20 people.
Yeah, there's
working on
reasons
this.
for why that might be.
Yeah. But when you look at a AAA title, it's most of them are like the whole instance where they've been throwing themselves through the hype grinder and getting this huge mystique on themselves and all this hype and shit, and the next thing you know, their game flops. I'm looking at you, Anthem. I'm looking right at you, Anthem, you fucking giant steaming pile of shit. Like, Anthem was a fucking train wreck, dude. And then,
my God. I can't believe I'm hearing about Anthem in 2021.
I fucking hated it so much, dude. I'm looking right at you, Anthem. And then, like, I would say right below Anthem would, on that list of shit stalkers, would be, like, Cyberpunk, dude. And, like, I feel so bad about Cyberpunk because part of me is like, Waffle, you need to stop beating this dead horse. And the other part of me is like, the dead horse is still smelling in my backyard. And I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, I fucking hate it. I have to go out there with my coffee and just stare at it because it's heavy. I'm not going to be able to lug this thing on my own. I'm just going to let it decompose,
dude,
you know? I
bought into the hype for Cyberpunk.
Me too.
And you know what? I don't actually know a lot of people that didn't buy into the hype for it because the way that it looked, it was genuinely, and the thing that like honestly got me to look at it, and this is why I don't take people for their word anymore, they said, oh, we're gonna take our time with this, and like we don't feel like it's ready yet, so we're gonna take our time and like, you know, get it figured out. And then it fucking came out way
it just
underbaked.
Flopped. It just totally fucking flopped. And recently I saw this. Okay, so it flopped so hard that people are still roasting it today. Like it's been over a year and people still roast it, and they don't really help themselves, right? Like recently they released another thing on their like website store that was like a patch, like a patch you could like sew onto your sleeve or iron on. And people were roasted. They posted that on Twitter for some reason as advertisement, which is the wrong fucking thing to do. Twitter's gonna just roast your ass on the spot. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, people were like, this isn't like everything varying from this is not the patch we needed, you know what I'm saying, to like to just fucking tearing them up, being like, when are you guys gonna actually fix your game? And for me, it's one of those things where, okay, so they're not gonna fix this game. Like if you are still out there and you're still waiting on the hopes that Cyberpunk 2077 could be a good game, you're going to be waiting a long time, and inevitably you're going to be wasting your fucking time because it's not ever going to be a good game. And if it does, I will sit here right back on this fucking podcast admitting I was completely fucking wrong. But currently standing, I don't think so. And I don't think they're going to pull a No Man's Sky where they somehow pull it back up, or even give props where props is due, Fallout 76, where they had a disastrous launch. Everything from like their game being complete shit to like the gear they were selling with their game and the special editions having mold in them that made people sick.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? So like
the fucking nylon bag issue.
The nylon bag, and like, oh God, they didn't just shit the bed, they like shit it and then like just blew it out with diarrhea right after, you know, like it was bad. But even then they've kind of pulled it back. Like I know MPH is still like actually enjoy what's going on there, and everyone says like it's one of those games that's really fun with friends, but it's not fun as a single player experience, which I understand. But a game like Fallout has always traditionally been a single player experience first.
Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah, I feel like that's been lost on a lot of game franchises in the last couple of years, in the last decade. I
will have to agree with you. There is some kind of mystique to a single player experience that can be so gripping that it doesn't warrant a multiplayer. That to me is kind of important, and like you said, it's very much a rare thing these days to actually get a game that is very like a good single player run thing that you can enjoy, that doesn't make you want to say like, I wish I was playing with more people.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a game that does that very well, that's somewhat recent, not really, but I just I love getting any chance to talk about it, is Alien Isolation.
That did the single player experience very well. Yeah, yes, I agree. I was gonna say some of the
Alien is fucking terrifying.
Some of the other games that go on that list over the last couple of years would be like, of course, Alien Isolation. You have to throw that on there. God of War, I think, right off the bat. Hades. Oh, yeah. Hades, fantastic. You have Horizon Zero Dawn. You have Spider-Man, right? Both the original one and
actually, those are phenomenal. Yeah, the new Spider-Man, like the Insomniac Spider-Man, was amazing.
Fantastic, phenomenal games. And then you have other examples within that same genre that show more bed shitting, which would be like the Marvel's The Avengers, made by Crystal Dynamics. Dude, they blew that out so bad that now Square Enix is like letting go of that company. Like entirely, because and I feel bad for this company because it's not their fault. Square Enix were the people who were like, oh, we're going to try to make this a games as a service thing, and then fucked everything up instead of just allowing it to be a single player experience how it should have been, right? Like,
well, and you know what's hilarious about that? They went fucking back on it with Marvel's of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep. And then
isn't that fucking ironic?
And then look at how successful that's doing. Like that game, I've just been hearing.
That's a game I want to play. Actually,
I've been hearing. We should definitely play that in the future for sure, but that's one of those games that that everyone's been ranting and raving about, being like, this is fantastic, this is kind of what we wanted out of the Avengers. It has a great soundtrack, has a great storyline, customizable characters, the whole nine.
The characters feel like the characters they're supposed to be.
Yeah, instead of Thor kind of feeling like a Dollar Tree Thor and like so on and so forth, you know. It's just it's some of the voice actors didn't match in the Marvel's Avengers game, but from what I heard, a lot of the problems actually stemmed from the online premium service bullshit, which would gatekeep and go and gate off EXP, which made the game harder to progress through because you're not actually leveling as much. So it's just one of those things. It's like, I don't understand really what's going on with single player experiences, but I feel like a lot of them are getting phased out, which then pushes me more towards the indie genre in general.
Well, and here's why, is because multiplayer games are monetizable. It all comes down to money. Like I am probably the first one to tell you every single time they did this because money.
Pretty much.
It's always like, what happened to good gaming? I'm sorry, I've been around too long for me to be naive and say, oh, it's because this or that one specific little detail about a part of a game. No, it's a wide trend of video game companies getting too big for their britches and becoming money hogs.
And the thing is that I find interesting in perspective of both of us is that, like, because you are like considered like not like a shit ton younger than me, but you are younger than me, but we both got within this like age bracket where without saying any ages, but with where we both had the analog experience, right?
We had the old school shit.
The old school experience where you buy a game and you get the whole game on purchase day one.
You can play that shit with your fucking friends in your living room, split screen style. Like, and it came with fucking everything, and every part of it was meant to be there.
That's exactly right.
You, COD.
And
God
then,
damn.
And then Call of Duty
Fuck
came
you,
through.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty came through and fucking shit on everything. And like, it's true. And don't get me wrong, I definitely did enjoy Call of Duty.
I'm a little...
No, dude, by all means, I definitely enjoyed Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Don't get me wrong, like I played a shit ton of that back in the day, same as a couple
Anything
others.
Past Black Ops 2 sucked ass.
Exactly, Black Ops 2 was fantastic.
Well, okay, the new Modern Warfare. Very good.
Okay, so with the new Modern Warfare, what I would say is that so the multiplayer still has like that crazy, buggy, glitchy, toxic kind of aspect to it. It's gotten a lot better since the release. But when I go to Modern Warfare to play, I got the most enjoyment out of the storyline. The story for Modern Warfare, the newest one, that was done magnificently. The sound effects were super realistic. It felt like you were in a fucking movie, especially during the like one of the last missions where you're going house to house in the dark and you're having to find like some chancellor or something like that. Like he's being held hostage and you can't make too much noise and you got to flip off of night vision and on to night vision. And there's some scenes or parts of the level where you have to like go in, but you can't go completely into the room because you got to let the next person go in and clear it. And it's just like, those kind of things I fucking love, right? But then, of course,
it would just have its storyline felt like it was a true to form Call of Duty storyline.
Yes.
Like it felt like from back in the old day, and that's all we want. That's all we want. It doesn't need to be phenomenal or super realistic or anything like that. Just a good story. That's all we want.
Straight up. And not only that, but like, don't pump all of your resources behind pay to go, right? And maybe not pay to win, but pay to go. And what I mean by that is like, okay, well, maybe you don't need to pay for this, but if you don't, it's going to be harder to level and it's going to be harder to push through the game. And then if these people do, they're going to probably end up beating your ass because they were able to get through X, Y, and Z quicker, which in the end people were like, oh, that's just pay to win. Technically it's not, because you still have to earn your levels, right? Like it's not like you're just paying and then boom, you get your levels on and cha-ching, I'm winning. Although there are some games like that, I'm not gonna lie. But when it comes to Call of Duty, they've kind of kept it reasonable on that aspect, right? Like they have, I mean, of course you have your EXP boosters and shit like that, and what double EXP
to be honest, but with COD, I've not had a, like, in terms of the multiplayer, they've been trying to keep it like
pretty level.
Not rock the boat too much.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the times it's cosmetic shit that they're selling, which is kind of nice that they've leaned away from like mass EXP boosters and shit like that. Because I know that for a minute there, a lot of the shooter genre on online games were just doing just that. They're just hammering that fucking concept.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it was kind of nice to have a game like that after so long. Of course, they went right back to how they were after that with Warzone, and then Cold War. And those games, they're all right. They're not great.
I feel like when it comes to Activision, the Call of Duty games, people are kind of hitting that fatigue now with Vanguard, I've noticed, because they're kind of over just another Call of Duty every year, and like it's like, okay, here's another $60. It's mostly the same game. There's this new weapon, there's this new that. There's very little upgrades between.
I would tell you what, I would love Sledgehammer, Treyarch, and Infinity Ward to combine forces and all pitch into one game
instead of taking like a year on for each of them. I agree.
Could you imagine what those three studios could do if they all like kind of combined forces?
It would be insane. It would actually be
not only would they be able to make a genuinely good multiplayer, but like if you basically let Infinity Ward take in somewhat Treyarch, like take care of the story, you could have really, really good multiplayer and a good single player too. Like we can get that sort of old COD thing, because nowadays it's just like you said, it's fatigue, COD fatigue.
It really is. It really fucking is. And like you said, it's all about money in the end, right? And it's all about these three companies now having their own individual contracts with Treyarch, who's biting off more than they could chew, being like, okay, well now we have to like have each of these games making a game simultaneously. Like,
they're telling Treyarch, they're like, hey, or not even Treyarch, but because Zombies is so popular, they keep bringing it back for every IP. For Sledgehammer, who, by the way, didn't have Zombies like as their main thing. They only added it in because it was popular because of Treyarch.
That's exactly
because
right.
Because if you remember Advanced Warfare, it was exactly that. They put a Zombies mode in where it didn't need to be.
Fucking reason. Yeah, no, exactly. So they've pretty much tried to find a groove as to what sells, and they try to keep hammering that groove, which in the end it's going to burn out your players, right? I mean, I know for me, for instance, I haven't hopped on Call of Duty in a good minute. In a good fucking minute. If anything,
Modern Warfare is like the only reason to play.
I lean more towards something like Splitgate when I want to play a video game now.
That's fair.
Which
is funny because that's more like Halo than it is COD.
That's exactly right. It's way more like Halo. And even with Halo, like I don't know if you've kept up with this Halo Infinite business, but like, dude, that's a whole shit show on its own as well. Like, you have half the people who are like, okay, I'm enjoying this quite a bit, or I'm going to enjoy this quite a bit, and then you have the other half the people, because, you know, depending on if they're in beta or whatever it might be, and then you have the other half the people who are like, did you guys see Craig? Like, I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am fucking scared for this game. So I feel like a lot of games you can't not really account for, and same thing actually, to be honest. A lot of things in media you cannot really account for until it's out, until you're able to watch it, consume it, however you might need to on your own time. Because I mean, like, fuck, dude, there have been several movies even that have come out in the last like couple of years where I've been super excited for them, and then I watch them, I'm like, this movie fucking blows ass. You know what I'm saying? And then there are other movies that blow me the fuck away. And then one of the movies that comes to mind specifically was actually my movie of the year that year, and that's alongside Endgame and shit, which is Spider-Man Into the Universe, or into the multiverse, or no, Spider-Verse, right? Like, the animated movie. That movie, like, I went in there with my expectation being like, this is gonna be a cool movie, right? Like, I like the graphics, and it'll be kind of like a spin-off of the Spider-Man franchise. It'll have its goofy little quirky moments, but like, dude, that fucking movie blew me away. It was so good. It was so good.
I enjoyed that movie quite a bit.
I've watched it a couple times since then.
As somebody who appreciates the fine arts, specifically animation, I fucking love that movie.
Like, that whole scene when he takes the leap off the tower and he's just fucking spiraling down, and like the lights are flying past him, and then he shoots his webs up at the fucking top of the tower and swings through the city. That was like
an interesting fact.
So good.
So like, when Peter and Miles are swinging, like trying to get away from Dr. Octavia, they are swinging through the trees, and they are animated on different frame rates.
Oh, is that why it kind of looks a little...
To show the disconnect between the two of them.
Yeah, I was like, I was wondering.
It's all fucking symbolic, and that's only something you'd know if you, like, you know, did a dive into that movie.
That's what kind of gave it the drag and drop feel, right? When they would like swoop, like both flip their web out at the same time, and then swing, and then web at the same time, and then the swing, and so on and so forth. You kind of had that, like, it actually felt almost like the equivalent of watching like a heavy bag swing from one end to the next, right? Where it's instead of it being like one giant smooth kind of feeling. I was wondering what they did for that, because like I noticed when I saw that scene, I was like, something about this makes it look very, very realistic, even though they're going for an animated fashion. And it's because they disconnected the two frame rates to make it look like each individual person has their own, you know, centrifugal rhythm, so to say.
Yeah,
which makes sense. I mean, Peter's fucking like 6'4".
Yeah, well, I think it more had to do with the fact that it's just like they weren't on the same page. Like, I think Miles is trying, and then of course in that movie he's trying too hard to be Peter.
Yeah,
who is like,
don't be me. Don't be me. Yeah, like
I am the only one who is me. Like, it's, and you're the only one that's you. Anyway, that's a great movie. We can talk about that
for reals. If anything, I might fucking throw that on the list on the side for the movies that for next time. Just throw that in right off the bat. But speaking of next time, y'all, this has been the Floofs and Waffles podcast. Thank you all for coming through here. I appreciate everybody for hanging out. We will be back at it Sunday at 10, right? Is that what we were talking about? Sunday morning?
Yes.
Sunday morning for some more active conversation. This week we'll probably not do the in-review movie stuff. We'll probably save that for next week. So if you want to watch it like this week, we could get stacked up for next Tuesday. We'll try to aim for whatever. But me and you will talk about that on the side. As always, y'all,
give ourselves a break.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. Floof, tell them where they can find you. Tell them where they can find you.
All right. Well, you can find me at twitch.tv/floofsnoof. I on YouTube, same thing, floofsnoof. Instagram, Twitter, Yeah, that's most of my socials. I'm Floof Snoof on everything, so trust me, you type it in, you'll find me.
Pretty easy to find them, yeah. And as you all know, since you're on the channel, I'm not going to obviously plug my own stream in the stream, but if you need to find me at Waffles Twitch, you know, Waffle Plays on YouTube, look for the icon. We will be uploading all these podcasts to YouTube as well as dropping clips on Twitter. So just keep your eyes out, y'all. Thank you all so much for coming through. We are going to hit the ending. And remember, Floof, just mute your shit, because I'm gonna mute my shit too, because this is like the one way we could fucking to do this. Yeah. But while the ending scene is on, do not leave, because we will be getting our raid together. And until next time, y'all, thank you so much, and we'll catch you on Sunday. All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a good evening.